right, guys, welcome back to the podcast that does not have a name right now, the Nameless Podcast. I am Tim, and I am here with my guy Tyler. Introduce yourself, Tyler.
Uh, Hi everybody, how y'all doing?
Tyler goes by the Caveman. That is his nickname for the podcast. Mine is going to be TP, toilet paper. A little background on me and Tyler. We both lived up in Connecticut for a little bit. He's traveled more than I have, but we were pretty much neighbors. We lived diagonal across from each other. We had an award-winning, successful podcast together. I think it got a total of 17 views.
Some of you may not know us.
Yeah, most of you have no idea who we are, but you will know one day. But yeah, so we're kind of picking up where we left off. This is our fourth episode of our podcast. The previous three episodes are never to be seen or heard from again because of our jobs.
Legal
Well, my
reasons.
job. Okay, man, what are you doing for work?
Man, I'm just working in a shop for right now, hoping that one day I won't have to.
There you go. He's trying to pick six Powerball numbers so he doesn't ever again. This is gonna be pretty much a hang sesh. We're gonna talk about some sports. We're gonna be talking about some betting. All right. We're geniuses, man. We don't get picks wrong when it comes to gambling. So if you want to make a lot of money and not work, I would listen to us 100%. Take your savings, take your life savings, take all your checking. Actually, put up your house if you have a house. Put up your house if you want to double whatever you got. So
Don't blame us like that guy did from the Sugar Sean O'Malley fight whenever he lost his belt.
yes, do not blame us for you listening to us. That is at your own risk.
Yes.
But yeah, we're just gonna hang out, have a good time. I hope you guys enjoy our podcast. We do have the video version on YouTube and we have the audio version everywhere else. So I hope you guys enjoy this. We're first gonna talk about, I kind of want to catch up with Tyler a little bit. Where is life at for you compared to 2020, where we had episode 3?
During that time, uh, I was still a little wet behind the ears. I was living in mom and pop's basement. Now I have my own house and I've grown up a little bit, gotten married, no children yet, but
You're married?
oh yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
Married as of about 3 months ago, I think.
And you're not in Connecticut anymore, right?
No, I'm not. I'm a Missouri resident now.
Back to his roots. He's a Southern boy, man. As a lot of you guys know, I moved as well. I moved a little farther south, but it's not the South. It's Florida, which is weird. It's like they have the South, but then Florida has nothing to do with the South. It is its total own state. But we both moved from Connecticut since our last podcast. We both moved out of the basement because I was also in the basement where we recorded the podcast. There was a lot of drinking, a lot of drinks drank, and a lot of lollipops sucked.
Oh my goodness, I know
Oh, that
it.
sounded wicked sus. But we want to kick off the podcast, guys, with a thing we're gonna call Caveman's 5-player parlay. And this is where you want to put your house up for sale here, because these are guaranteed 60% of the time, every time.
So easy a caveman could do it.
Yes.
Okay, so I've got a couple, actually two sets, but I'm going to cover one because it's got one of the most interesting games of the day. Everyone's kind of looking forward to the Lions and Buffalo Bills game this week, as so am I. That should be a fantastic game. Hopefully, this season has been full of surprises, and Jared Goff has thrown for under 200 passing yards, and I'm pretty sure he's even. I don't want to quote myself, but I'm pretty sure he might have thrown for under 100 passing yards one game. Ball was on the ground the entire time with his running backs.
Before you give me the pick, what time zone are you in?
I am in Central Time, so
So
I'm
it
an hour behind.
so it's 9:39 right now for you?
Yes. Yep.
Oh wow. Okay. So I'm in the
Yep.
future.
Yeah, you're in the future a little bit.
I'm in the future.
As a matter of fact, I actually lined one of these parlay picks up from for that early game, which I was pretty confident in. I've got the Baltimore and New York Giants game. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be able to kind of assume what's going to happen there
They suck.
with Tommy DeVito as the quarterback now. I almost confused him as Danny DeVito one day. I was like, wow, Danny DeVito's playing football now. That man does everything. But then I realized it was Tommy DeVito. But that game, I know everyone's going to be favoriting Derrick Henry, but I'm going with his backup running back, Justice Hill, over 29.5 rushing yards. I have a feeling that this will be the game that Derrick Henry probably shows out on, and he'll probably sit the sideline and let Justice Hill get plenty of snaps. And speaking of which, when Derrick Henry is going off, Justice Hill did have 55 rushing yards the last time Derrick Henry did go over that 100-yard rushing mark.
So
And
Justice Hill's over 29.5.
yep, Justice Hill
All right.
over 29.5 rushing yards.
That's pick number 1 out of the 5. And these are with a parlay, just in case people don't know, you have to hit everything to win. So if one of the things fails and doesn't happen, you lose everything. All
Yeah.
right, keep going.
My second, and this is a big fluking team, but they're also playing another big fluking team this week. The New York Jets versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. You should know about the Jacksonville Jaguars down there.
Yeah, I'm a
That Mac,
Houston fan.
that Maxonville defense, Mac Jones. I got Devontae Adams going over 65.5 receiving yards because as much as Aaron Rodgers is a pouty little baby, last week he got over 300 passing yards for the first time this season, I believe. And a majority of them went to Devontae Adams because I'm almost certain that, yes, he hit 109 receiving yards on 11 targets and 9 receptions and a touchdown. So I wouldn't be scared of that touchdown because he's gotten a touchdown in his last 2 games, actually. Aaron Rodgers is seeing Devontae Adams on the field, basically.
Yeah, I feel
And
like he's been one of his favorite targets, even in Green Bay. So that's a solid
absolutely.
bet your house on that. That's for sure.
My third one, I got Chuba Hubbard over 81.5 rushing yards because they're playing that busted up Dallas Cowboys defense. Sorry, Pops. Uh, I know that Dallas is my second favorite team as well because it was a family inherited favorite team. Dallas Cowboys are not going to the playoffs this year, and I'm almost certain that they've kind of quit this season. So, and I think that Chuba Hubbard is just going to walk all over that offense. I wouldn't even be afraid to play a couple touchdowns by him.
So he's over. So you're going to over, what was it, 80?
Over 81.5 rushing yards. Yes.
81 and a half. He's going to have 82.
At least 82. He's going to tear that Dallas Cowboys defense up. Fourth pick, I got Jaden Daniels over 212.5 passing yards. So at least 213 passing yards.
There you go.
He's playing the Saints. The Saints traded away their best defender, Marshawn Lattimore, in mid-season. They've kind of given up. Derek Carr got his hand injury last week, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Spencer Rattler playing. So it's probably going to walk on as Commanders just tear the field up. Jaden Daniels, ball in the air. McLaurin, Noah Brown's not playing, I don't think. Brian Robinson, I wouldn't be surprised if he got multiple touchdowns as well. But other than that, the game before that versus Dallas with a busted up defense, 275 passing yards. So I would even raise the price a little bit or raise the passing yards a little bit. I mean, you can, I would agree with that. But I'm just going to go with the basic 212.5 just because I know he's going to hit it. But who knows? But yeah, Jaden
We
Daniels
know.
over 212.5 passing yards.
Who knows? We know. That's why we're giving them the pick. We know.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So the fifth
And
pick of the parlay,
my last one, you're gonna love this one.
Sean Watson. Oh, damn.
Joe Mixon, the Houston Texans, your team. He's gonna go over 79.5 rushing yards because that's just what Joe Mixon has been doing lately. And he's playing Miami. They are not very good at stopping the rush. So I think that Joe Mixon is just going to light this field up and it's going to be all Joe Mixon. And I can see CJ Stroud probably getting a pass or two out to Nico Collins to set Joe Mixon up. But for sure, Joe Mixon over 79.5 rushing yards. That's just without a doubt.
Those 5 picks. So Tyler's picks are all going to be like player prop picks because the state he's in, that's all he has access to bet on. Connecticut, we had full access. We had like DraftKings, FanDuel, all that stuff. But
Took
each
it for
state's
granted.
different. So Minnesota, where he's from, just kidding. Mississippi, no, Missouri. There it is, Missouri. They allow player props only. So
Stat
5 picks.
correction that Devontae Adams one is over 65.5. receiving yards.
Oh, over 65.5. That changes the game.
Watch,
Um,
I'm gonna get unlucky and he's gonna get 61 now.
how much are you putting down? And if
I
you
put
win, what's the payout?
I put $5 on that, and the payout is a hefty $227.
Damn. All right, so five things have to hit. 227, definitely possible. All right, let me pull up the matchups this week. I want to do a little contest here. We're gonna do this every week where me and Caveman pick 5 games and we're gonna pick the winner. And this isn't gonna be betting or anything. This is just gonna be pretty much to keep a record of who has more accurate picks. Just for straight up like whoever wins a game. We're not doing player props. We're not betting money on this or anything like that. So this is just for fun. We'll keep track of our record. And when this podcast dies out in 3 weeks, we'll have 15 games picked. And we'll do NFL because NFL is tomorrow morning. So we'll do 5 NFL games. You know what? Who's your favorite team?
The New England Patriots.
All right,
Yes, we are a bust this year, but it's okay because I got high confidence in Drake, man.
all right. So let's go with the Patriots first game. They're playing the Cardinals. Who do you think? Patriots or Cardinals?
Oh, you got me in a tough spot here. I mean, at this point of the season, the Patriots are eliminated out of the playoffs. I mean, we're going to Glendale, Arizona to play too. I just think if they're fighting for a playoff spot, Arizona's probably going to do some damage because our defense is just it's lightweight this season. We're 3-10 for a reason, so I'm
Yes.
gonna have to go with Arizona.
All right. I am also going to go with Arizona. I don't see the Patriots beating them. This next game is interesting though because it's my favorite team. We got Miami Dolphins against the Houston Texans. The money line is Houston is a slight favorite in this game, but I feel like Miami they got Tua back, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go against my team. I'm going Miami.
Wow.
I know.
Oh, that's a wild sighting. I went against my team. You went against your team. Unfortunately, though, I think that Houston's going to kick the rest of Miami out the playoffs. I mean, I know everyone's excited about Tua finding Tyreek Hill again last week, or it might have been last week, week before. Pretty good yards. Houston's defense in the air, Miami not being able to get the run going. I'm going to go with Houston.
I
So
mean, I
that'll
hope
be
Houston wins. I just feel like sometimes Houston doesn't play up to standards. So
because CJ Stroud isn't as great as everyone thinks.
yeah, no, he is. This next game, this I feel like this hasn't been this. All right, how do I say this? It's Carolina versus the Dallas Cowboys, but the Panthers are actually the betting favorite for the first time against Dallas in God knows how long.
I mean, Dallas has I mean, the thickness of a penny of a chance to get to the playoffs. Uh, their defense is what scares me because Trayvon Diggs being out, overshown, season-ending injury. I'm definitely going to go with Carolina because Bryce Young is trying to put a statement on everyone right now. In the last couple games, I mean, he almost beat the Kansas City Chiefs. He almost beat the Kansas City Chiefs. So
That is
I'm
true.
going to give it to him and go with that. I go with the Carolina Panthers because I mean they were favorited for a reason and they weren't in the beginning weeks. So
I'm actually going to go with the Dallas Cowboys.
oh,
I think the Panthers still suck.
no faith in Bryce
Hey,
Young.
I think Dallas is going to find a way to win. And also, it's the opposite of your pick. So if I win and I win the Miami game, I'm already up 2 games. So that's my strategy here. I'm trying to pick some different ones. The next game is probably going to be the hardest pick of the week. And you kind of talked about this game briefly, but it's the Bills and the Lions. I feel like this is a tough pick.
It's going to be because it's very unpredictable.
And it's in Detroit. So both teams are used to playing in the cold, and Detroit's pretty cold because Detroit is in Ohio.
Ohio. Try Michigan.
Is it?
Yeah, Detroit,
No,
Michigan.
I know. I'm just playing.
Oh,
Detroit, Michigan, home of the Atlanta Braves. That's a tough pick. I'll go first. I feel like you've been saying the picks first, and I've been stealing kind of your answers and using them against you. So I'm going to go the Bills. I feel like Josh Allen is playing MVP football right now. and he's going up against Jared Goff, another MVP candidate, and he's going to prove why he is the MVP this year. Bills.
Yeah, I love Josh Allen, and I don't want anyone to mistake me here. But the Detroit Lions, and I'm loving Dan Campbell's energy from last playoffs. He's put the gas pedal on so many of these bad teams just to make a statement, which I don't understand. It's kind of like he had his foot on some of the coaches' throats on the other side of the field. I think this is one of those games that he's going into that they've been prepared for all season since they got their schedule, and they know that this is one of those games that we're going to have to put the gas pedal on. So I'm going to go with Detroit because I'm going to make it fun because you got Mr. MVP himself. So I'm a big Josh Allen fan. So I'm waiting for his MVP trophy.
I'm liking this. So we have 4 games, 3 different picks. And the
Mm-hmm.
last game I am choosing, since I'm from Tampa, or live in Tampa, not from Tampa, we got to go Buccaneers versus the Chargers. Both teams need a W. I think I'm going to go with the Chargers. It's a home game for them. They're the slight betting favorite. I'm not a Baker Mayfield believer, even though I think he's like one of the top passing touchdown guys in the last year and a half. But what do you got?
By the way, the Chargers did lose to the Chiefs by 2 points. One of the 15 games this season that the Chiefs have gotten lucky and pulled off another win. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna. I've been one of the ones that's had high faith in Baker Mayfield, so I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers to take care of business.
Bang, this is a
Uh,
big week 1. Fair enough. So out of the 5 picks, we disagree on 4, which is good because that means someone's going to be ahead of the other, unless
yeah.
they split 2-2 and the Cardinals win. Then we're both 3-2. But we'll keep that like up to date every week. We'll do a little 5 pick, TP versus caveman little thing. Just have a little fun. And then one more thing for sports that me and Tyler wanted to add is like both gonna throw $5 in a week and do a $10 bet of the week, and we're gonna keep track of if we're up or down, most likely down. And I think we'll both like maybe pick a team or pick a stat that we want to throw in, and we could either do like a 2 pick parlay or just like if something we both really agree on, we could throw $10 on it, and we'll see what the odds are and put the bet in and see what we win or lose. Obviously, if we lose $10. But any thoughts on what you want to do for our first $10 bet? And hopefully something green so we could be in the green after week 1.
Yeah.
Did you want
Okay.
to do so the Cardinals are minus 275? We both agreed on the Cardinals. Do you want to do the Cardinals as one of them?
I think I'm gonna step away from that game because that's one of those games that you just kind of don't know because it could be one of those games that Drake May actually plays a whole game and he gets tons because Seahawks beat the Cardinals last week and I'm pretty sure it was at home and it just I'm not very sold on that Seahawks team, which kind of confuses me because the Cardinals didn't do very good. I know it's a divisional game and all, but I know that one of our locks this week uh on a game I had my eyes on, and everyone's probably got their eyes on this right now, is the Broncos versus the Colts. I expect that Broncos team to just absolutely manhandle the Colts at home. The
Yes,
Colts are not,
Denver's a minus 210 favorite. So they are the favorites to win that.
yeah,
Do you want
as
to
they should be.
do you want to do $10 just on Denver, or do we want to do a 2 team? I say maybe
Oh,
the first week we just do Denver.
well, I was gonna go with it. I mean, if you want to do that, you can. We can do a two-team. I got one that's actually pretty spicy that I got faith in, and it's actually going to be a very good game too.
Who you got?
Eagles versus Steelers. Both very good teams. I think that Philadelphia Eagles are going to take care of business in Philadelphia against the Steelers. That defense is just outrageously crazy. It's on this 9 game win streak that they're on. Um, I just don't see the Pittsburgh Steelers being the ones to stop it. As a matter of fact, the Steelers got beat by the Browns at in Cleveland. I'm going to throw all my marbles in on the Eagles versus the Steelers, and the Eagles should be a dog actually in that match.
They are the favorites.
They are the favorites now. Oh
Yes.
wow! Earlier I was looking and they were the dogs.
So we're gonna do Broncos, Eagles, and the parlay makes it a plus 104, meaning $10 wins us $10.44.
do we want to stick with that? Do we want to lock with that, or do we want to kind of make it a little interesting and
There
find
will
a
be
dog?
no second guessing in betting. We are locking it in. I'm placing it right here, and I'm
All right,
submitting the bet. It's 10 to win $10.44. That's our
sounds good to me.
first step on becoming rich.
Just had to stay away from that Ravens and Giants game because, good lord, the Ravens and their favorite. Oh, if you look at the favorite, the odds on that game is just outrageous. 12 o'clock.
Oh my God, they're a minus 1,600,
Yeah,
meaning you'd have to bet $160 to win $10. That is not worth it.
imagine though. Imagine picking the Giants and the Giants taking care of business.
You know,
Oh,
put the house on the Giants. Oh, I'm just kidding. I could never. Plus 800, the Giants are. Um,
see what it is just for $5 on betting on them.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
five would win $40 actually.
my math is a little wrong. It ain't mathing right.
But times it by 8. That makes sense. So we got a few minutes left here. We don't want to overwhelm you guys with just sports talk. We want to talk about, interesting stuff that's going on in life. We're getting older. We used to be more fun. Not really, because we didn't have anything to do 4 years ago either. We would
A
just
lot
walk around
closer.
town. Um, funny caveman story though. I don't know how, but remember that time you fell off that bike?
Oh yeah,
What
yeah.
happened? I have a memory of you just falling off a bike and me dying laughing.
Honestly, I don't even know what happened. We was going around that curve, and a bike just came out from underneath me, and then all I heard from behind me was, "What are you doing, man? Get up!"
Yeah, that was so funny, dude. I have a memory of that, and then I have a memory of you when we were playing basketball in the driveway, throwing a pass off the pole.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then like rocketing off the fence.
I was trying to
Um,
save it from going out of bounds. Got to make a play, you know.
yeah, I had one of the in-ground hoops where obviously the pole like was in the ground, and he tried to throw past baseline and almost hit the pole and killed himself. But
The only thing that wasn't would have been funnier is if the ball would have came back and hit me.
oh my God, I actually think I have that on video. It's on YouTube, one of those old driveway league videos.
Oh yeah, it is. I've seen it. It hits the pole and goes scooting across the basketball court.
Heck yeah. How's Cam doing, dude?
He's doing all right. He's working late nights. He's at work right now, actually.
What
Poor
does he
kid.
do?
I think he works at a gas station. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He works at a gas station.
Valero?
No, no Valeros over here. There's no Valeros at all this way.
What do you have for gas out there? You seem
We
like a
got
Circle K type of guy.
there is Circle K's, but not over where we are. More like a
Do you just like
Citgo.
siphon it?
Nah, no siphon. I mean, there are people that probably do that around here, but I don't. I'm not interested in that.
You pay for your gas?
I pay for mine.
Very
Hey,
nice.
gas prices are going down right now, so I'm okay with paying it now.
Dude, what is gas where you're at? Like
Down the
now.
road right now is 249.
Damn. Ours was like 280 the other day. And that's like the
Really?
lowest we've seen, yeah. It's like a little
Yeah.
more expensive here.
For the first time, I filled my car up full tank with, I'm pretty sure less than $20. But
Damn. What do you drive?
Malibu, Chevy Malibu.
Malabute.
Yeah, the Altima had unfortunately got into a wreck and totaled
Were you at fault?
that. No and yes,
So
legally
yeah,
yes,
you were
but
definitely.
someone shouldn't have been. I mean, if you would have been in Connecticut, you most definitely wouldn't have been at fault. But there was
Would you rear
no
end somebody?
well, there was no shoulder on the side of the road, and some guy was just parked on the grass, and his truck was halfway in the road and halfway in the grass. And I was coming through there, speed limit, perfectly fine, smacked right into the back of him, spun all the way across the other side of the road.
Damn.
Yeah, and I got at fault because I rear-ended a parked vehicle.
Damn, but they were in the road halfway.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's definitely your fault.
yeah, 100% my fault.
Yeah. I'm with the law on that one. Hey, that's cool though, man. I gotta get you to Florida though before we get too old. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Get you on the skimboard.
well, I don't know about breaking my leg and stuff, but
Nah, just don't try tricks. That was my flaw. I thought I was better at it than I was. Snap a doodle do. I had one leg left.
mm, Man, I guarantee you that was just your body went in complete shock when that happened.
Yep. Also, OKC's pulling away, dude. They're up
You
10.
know what? I was hoping they would. I'd like to see OKC versus the Bucks and for that Emirates Cup,
Yeah, I like. How do you feel about the NBA Cup?
the NBA Cup,
Yeah, like
or
this whole in-season tournament they do.
I think it's a little different.
I
It's
like
pretty
it.
cool. Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. It's different. It's cool. It gives the players a reason. I mean, the money that they win for this tournament. I mean, why wouldn't you go out there and try your hardest, even
Yeah,
if you got
not
paid the
only like
money?
the money, but I feel like that one and done, like losing you're out type of atmosphere gives you like that
Yeah,
college basketball vibe. And they try
it's
like it's giving us quality regular season games, which is super cool in my opinion.
oh yeah. It's I mean it's just like football. They had it figured out when they did the single game eliminations. Basketball should go to single game elimination.
Yeah, like if there wasn't so much money involved, they probably would because you'd get like super quality basketball, but those 7 game series makes probably multi hundreds of millions of dollars, I
Oh
would
yeah.
guess,
Oh yeah.
for those
Just in
companies.
seats alone, just going to watch the game.
Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely.
even in hot dogs and sodas. I mean,
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Beer's like $16 at these games now for a
yeah.
beer, which is nuts.
You get 40,000 people in there drinking, you and calculate that up one beer at a time.
Yeah, let me do the math real quick. A lot of money. All right, we're gonna wrap up episode 4. Like we said, you'll never hear 1 through 3. They're forbidden. If you find them, do not listen, guys. We were kids back then, lived in our basement. I'm still a kid. I just live in an apartment now. But language was bad. We were at a different point of life. We had different jobs. Hopefully, we keep this thing going, man. I always enjoy talking to you. I hope our bets and picks were all pretty accurate for everybody, and I hope our little two team parlay makes some money. The bet's in, so I had a good time, man. We'll do this
Absolutely.
weekly. All right, the Nameless Podcast signing off for episode 4. Take it easy.
Peace.